Types of civic education. There are different types of civic education. And so we'll be talking about just a few of the very many types of civic education that exist. We'll talk about the direct service. When we talk about the direct service, we're talking about giving personal time and energy to address immediate community need. It's direct, it's straightforward. The other type is community research. We can come together as a community and think about that thing that we need to do as a community, and then we research on it, and then we carry out an education on to the members of the community. We can do advocacy and education. So how do we do advocacy? As a form of civic education. We would identify an issue, advocate on the issue, and educate people on the issue. And that's also a form of civic education. Let's say there is like flooding in an environment, for instance. We could decide to do an advocacy and educate people on the impact, on the consequences of that flooding, and things that could be done within the community to ensure that flooding is reduced as much as possible. So the man-made factors that causes those flooding is actually reduced. And then when we also talk about civic education, we also have the type of civic education that is referred to as capacity building. It's a form of civic education. When you build the capacity of people, when you build the capacity of the citizens to be able to engage, to first and foremost understand, identify what the issues are, and then you build their capacities to be able to engage on these issues. That's a form of civic education. And then we have political involvement. It's not enough for us to just know that, oh, an election is coming, and we do nothing about it. As youths, as Go Vote champions, what is our duty? So political involvement is also very important. It's a form of civic education. If you have good understanding of the political terrain, a very objective and understanding of the issues, and you're able to objectively participate, belong to political parties, be card-carrying members of political parties, or just have your voting cards. It's all about political involvement. And you're also able to carry people along, educate people, and you're also able to talk to people that, oh, there's a candidate, or there are 18 electoral political parties. Of the 18 political parties, this number of people are vying for presidential position, or in your particular community or state, you identify the number of people vying for this position of the governor, governorship candidates, state houses of assembly members, house of, all of this. They are all parts of when we talk about political involvement. And we have social responsibility. Socially, so we can also say when we are socially responsible, and it's also part of civic education. We do things the right way. You are in a community and you do not, for instance, take dirt from inside your house and then you dump it in the drainage in your area, and then you live by example. It's also a form of civic education. Personal and professional behavior is a form of civic education. Philanthropic giving is a form of civic education. Participation in an association is a form of civic education. Things that you do that you positively influence the values, beliefs, and behaviors of people towards a responsible and effective democratic space is what civic education is all about. And so civic education is not something that you have to do in a particular way. You can engage in civic education using different strategies, different methods. And so we have listed different types. We've talked about social responsibility, philanthropic giving, and participation in association as one of the various types of civic education.